2022 and I have some awesome plans and some ambitious goals. I'd love to hear what your plans and goals are. Leave those in the comments below and let's get into it. What's up, Dirt Junkies? I hope you had a relaxing and enjoyable holiday break. I know I did, which is why I did not post a video last week. Apologies for that. I was enjoying time with family I haven't seen for a while, as well as some serious trail time. If you're new here, my name is Jeff, and thank you for stopping by the channel. It's January, which for a lot of us means goal time. I know not everybody's into goals. In fact, I did a poll and asked you guys if you're goal setters or not, and although the goal setters took an early lead, it's clear from the results right now that about 60% of you actually aren't into setting goals. But stick with me because I'm actually approaching my goals a little bit differently this year after coming across a few quotes that I'll share with you. The first quote comes from a book called The Alchemist. One day you will wake up and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted to do. Do it now. And I thought that that was a great wake-up call. There's a lot of things that I really want to do, a lot of trails I really want to hike, a lot of things I really want to accomplish that I've probably been putting off. So I'm putting those on my 2022 list. And the second quote comes from Tim Ferriss. He said, "The question you should be asking isn't what do I want or what are my goals, but what would excite me?" And I really like that quote as well. So instead of the standard, do this, lose this much, buy this type of goal, I want to set goals around experiences that I want to have for 2022. And I have some big plans. First, in the way of backpacking. In 2022, I want to complete my first 3-digit mile through hike. A 100 miler with no resupply that will take anywhere from 8 to 11 days. I'm planning that trip for August and we'll definitely talk to you guys about all of the planning and everything else that's going into that. But I am definitely going to complete my first 100-mile backpacking trip this year. I also want to complete another backpacking trip in the 60 to 80 mile range. I'm thinking maybe the Foothills Trail in North and South Carolina. For the 100 miler, it's going to be the Uinta Highline Trail in Utah with my good buddies, Justin and Brandon. That's right, we just can't help ourselves. And on the complete other side of the backpacking spectrum, I also want to take advantage of doing more quick overnighters. I find myself feeling like I need to make some big production out of a backpacking trip, but I really want to take advantage of just getting out for just a quick dose of dirt on an overnighter. Next up, trail running. This year, I would like to complete 2 official 50K ultra marathons. I've completed this distance before. You may remember that from my birthday run last year. If you missed that, I'll put a link to that video up here. I did 37 miles in one day. I'm already signed up for what should be a beautiful race in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. That happens in early March, so I've already been training and I am super excited for it. Let's just hope the injury gods don't strike me down. Next up, I would really like to have the experience of giving back to the trail community in 2 very specific ways. First, I would like to volunteer to do some maintenance either on the Appalachian Trail or some other trail local to me here in Virginia. The second way that I want to volunteer is I want to help man an aid station at an ultramarathon. This is something I've done one time before and I really, really loved it. So those are the 2 ways that I want to give back during 2022 to the trail community that has given me so much. And before I get to the next area, I totally forgot a shout out to my buddies Justin and Brandon who sent me this sweet hat for Christmas. Thanks guys, I love it. Another experience that I am super excited about during 2022 is adventure racing. Now, you may have never even heard of this. It sounds a little bit crazy, but I moved to Virginia, close to my brother, and he has gotten me turned on to the sport of adventure racing. Essentially, it's a combination of things I already enjoy doing: trail running, hiking, mountain biking, kayaking, all fantastic ways to enjoy the outdoors, but then you throw them all together and throw in orienteering as an added curveball. It sounds awesome. So my brother and I have actually already signed up for our first adventure race in April. Stay tuned for that because it will either be an amazing adventure or hilarious as we try to find our way around the woods without a GPS or any other technology, which is a great segue to another goal I have for 2022, which is to get better at my orienteering. As I said, in adventure racing, you can't use a GPS, you can't even use a digital map. You are required to use a paper map and compass to find your way from checkpoint to checkpoint. I think it's an important skill for everybody to have that's spending time in the backcountry. Before we get to the last one, I would love to know any new things you want to try during 2022, whether it's your first backpacking trip, maybe you want to try out trail running or something else. Let me know if there's something new you're planning to try out during 2022. And lastly, because it's probably not really New Year's resolutions unless you've thrown in some type of fitness or health goal, this year I'm going to put some focused focused effort into strengthening my feet and my core. Now that sounds pretty random, but let me tell you why. In the past, when I've tried to train for big events or go on long backpacking trips, I've often been hit with injuries either related to my feet or my core strength. So I really want to focus on those areas so that as I work towards these other experiences that we've talked about, that injuries don't keep me from having those experiences. So those are my goals, my experiences, my plans for 2022. A new year is all about having new experiences and making plans to make those happen. So let's do that together, and remember, life is better with some dirt in it. What was I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. Hello? I've often felt like I look weird. That's funny. I'm blabbering. Is that weird to say? Shut up, Jeff. Okay, got it.